Appreciate it. Demonstrable. That was a big word there. I'm gonna start now. I'm twittering recruits on Facebook, and while these guys are talking, I'm gonna start hashtagging demonstrable. All right, I like that one there. That's awesome. It's great to be in Fort Wayne. I had a chance to come up today early and get a chance to play some golf with a couple alumni guys. And for those of you making summer plans with flights and whatnot and distance, if you want to find some beaches, I found a bunch of sand traps at Sycamore Hills. And it's a short drive over there. I'm sure they'll let you use them because I used them all day. Now, they got these rakes and they want you to rake them back. But it's a beautiful track. It's great to be in Fort Wayne, third year up here. A lot of alums. Again, we appreciate what you guys do, not just financially in your support, but in your effort getting down to see us. I know it's a little awkward. There's some easier things to do, and I know it's our job in our product to put a product on the field that's winning, a product that's exciting. I think you'll see some things we do this year to keep enhancing our environment to make you want to get down there. And not just get down there. You know, last year we had an upgrade in ticket sales, I believe, right? I think we're one of 2 schools in the Big Ten that increased. I think we went up, highest ticket sales since the early 90s. But that being said, we don't just need ticket sales, we need you in the stands. Those tailgates are awesome, but we need you in the stands. Okay? And you guys laugh about it, but we got 8 home games. We need you loud in the stadium. When it's third down, so our defense can get some stops and get off that field. That's why it's a home field advantage, because everyone's got a locker room with lockers and showers, but when your fans create the edge that you do in Assembly Hall. I had a chance, I was at that Notre Dame game last year. It's a great environment. We got up in the soccer arena. We want to create an environment. So you'll see a better team, but you're going to see a great environment as you get down this year. So again, don't just buy your tickets and just don't get to B-Town this year. Get in the stadium, because we're going to lock their gates and get after them like Coach Mao used to do. Now, that being said, a couple things here. One, what happened over here doesn't happen very easy. We talk about traditions of great sports. It's not easy to be a national champion. That's awesome by Todd's group. That's difficult. I know I was in 3 national championship games at another squad I was at and came up on the wrong end. And then Tim, because the standard's so high, you all of a sudden think about all the things that could have happened or didn't happen, and you forget all the great things in the process and the journey. And Todd used the word process, and Tim, that day-to-day excitement and commitment, doing your best. And what we've got with Fred and our administration, from the President McRobbie down, is an environment now where as coaches, we got a chance to do our best. We got resources with some facilities and staffing, and whether it be academics, weight room, nutrition, what we're doing, our kids got a chance to do their best. Now, when you do your best and you got some talent and you got to get a little lucky, you start getting big trophies and big rings. But don't underestimate what those 2 programs accomplished and what Tracy Smith and his guys just did. Like Fred said, we got a chance with a lot of good things going at IU, and those things right there just don't happen. So get a chance. If I were you, I'd get some pictures with that instead of us coaches tonight. And I'd put that on your Facebook page and get that out. So these trophies are here for a reason. Get up and hug them, because they don't happen all the time. So great job by those men, those programs, those players. Let's talk Indiana now. Everybody's making a big deal. I'll talk quickly about it. A year from now, because I'm not worried about next year, but we are going into a new division of Big Ten football, and that's gotten some play. I'll make a quick statement about that. We'll now be in what's called Big Ten East. Are we up to date on that to some degree? Now, the East means instead of this, whatever, we're on the east side of the bracket. Now, if you're a football, and a lot of this is kind of generated by football and revenue and TV and blah, blah, blah. We've added Maryland, we've added Rutgers, and that's going to bring in a boatload of East Coast TV market, significant dollar to all schools. So you'll have better primetime games because you're now going to tap into DC, Baltimore, Philly, Jersey, Long Island, the East Coast states. So it's going to be huge for our conference, not just football, but all sports as it drives through. We've added those 2 teams that have not been Big Ten teams to our division, Maryland and Rutgers. Now with that, we'll play Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, and ourselves in our division. And some guys will say that sounds hard. Well, those of you that snicker, if you want to go to the West, you can become a Purdue fan, because they'll be traveling that way. And you can go that direction and go play Minnesota and Iowa and those teams over there. Our team and our division will give us a chance to brand Indiana and recruit better athletes, better program as we build. Now, if you say that too, last time I looked, Ohio State, Michigan State, and Penn State have always been in this league. They just didn't show up. We've had to play them and beat those guys every year. So the challenge didn't get any harder. The challenge is the same. As we brand our recruiting in an East Coast time zone with our fan base and what we're doing, the Big Ten East will be an awesome division. Same time, I'll say this about the West. There's more teams in the West won Big Ten titles since 1990 than teams in the East. Because Northwestern's got 3, Wisconsin's got 6, Purdue's got 1, Illinois' got 2. There's a boatload, you're not talking Nebraska yet. There's some great football teams on the West. So anyway, I'm excited about the East. Let's go back to this year now. 19 starters are coming back on a team that made slight improvement. I'm not very proud about it. We won 4 games. We were close, but we're not playing to get close. We had a chance to win some games where we get a pump block or we can't make a stop in the second half against a good Big Ten team on homecoming game. So we got close where we're pretty competitive, but getting close isn't good enough. And like I tell our guys all the time, we are giving them, number 1, a football scholarship. And number 2, we're investing in our facilities significant millions of dollars. Now we are graduating our guys at a nice rate, unbelievable rate. Had more academic all Big Ten players than we've ever had in the history of the school. But we're giving you a football scholarship to play football. And I said a year ago, the school is too good not to have a competitive football program. As we go to year 3, I stand here today on some solid ground internally with our program. We do not fight ourselves. We have a philosophy that we believe in, that our players are embracing. We have some tremendous young guys that are taking the ball and running with it. And hopefully we'll start tackling that ball as well, too. All right? But I like the foundation that we've laid. I think things set up to take some nice steps this year. 19 starters back. A lot of competition on offense. A lot of depth on offense that I like. Quarterbacks that are fighting to see which one's the best. Running backs and receivers fighting to get on the field to get the ball. Some depth. Defensively, returned 9 starters. A little bit better depth, but a lot of recruits coming in that we need. I think the 1, upgrade our talent, but 2, hopefully get the competition that you need to have great practices to go out and play great defensive football. We're going to have to play a lot better on defense. Our offense needs to go from being pretty good to extremely good. And right now we're pretty good. Our defense hasn't been good. It needs to be competitive and play with the pride that I know we as Hoosiers have. So again, I'm excited about, quote, the dirty word in athletics, the word called potential. We got a chance to be really good. And not just be a bowl team, Don, because if you watch enough bowl games, there's a bunch of bad teams that go to bowl games. There's some bad bowl games too. There's some good ones too. And we're not aspiring just to be a bowl team. Okay, there's a lot of things in place. Talk about our schedule real quick. We've got 8 home games. That'll give you a chance. And again, you buy your tickets and you're not coming, you give those to somebody at work. You call some guy at school, some high school. Give those tickets to someone. Get someone, those of you that buy those tickets. Because some people say, well, hey, eight games, that's a lot to go to. Hey, it's home field. I've had 6 the first 2 years. Nobody in the Big Ten has 6. Matter of fact, we'll go back to 6 next year. Most Big Ten teams are having 7 or 8. We've got 8, second time in school history, I believe, that we have 8. We need to take advantage because with the foundation laid and the schedule, you take this step, we can roll another good recruiting class in behind it, have a strong foundation, and start having the continuity. Because I'm going to tell you something, we have a chance to be a good team. The concern I have is once we get there, sustaining that and repeating that process over and over, giving you a team where you take some pride in what you're doing. Let's talk about those 8 home games. First 5 are at home. We're starting on Thursday night, Labor Day weekend. And we're going, I know you might not like Thursday because of work, and I fought for Thursday with Eric because I wanted it, guys, because next week we play Navy, which is an awkward game with the option. So by playing Thursday, I get 2 more days to get ready for the second game. We're also Navy's opening game. So Thursday night, Indiana State, it'll be a 7 o'clock kick. The next week, Navy, 6 o'clock kick. Third week, Bowling Green at home. Don't have a time on that one yet. TV's going to determine it. Fourth week, Missouri coming in. 8 o'clock primetime game. It's either just us or one of 2 teams playing an SEC opponent. Missouri's a quality team. My background with those guys in the Big 12, those guys were good. Last year they went to the SEC in 5 and 7, but Coach Pinkel's an awesome coach. Chance to get those guys. And you guys that are our devout fans for decades, we played those guys a long time through the years. Had some success against the Tigers down there. So excited to get them in week 4. We'll have a break week 5. That's the last weekend in September. So we're starting at last Thursday night in August, basically running through the month of September, 4 home games. Come back with Penn State as the Big Ten opener for us. Then we have 2, then we're going 2 on the road, Michigan State. Coming back for a homecoming, Minnesota, Illinois. Back on the road, Wisconsin, Ohio State. And then there's a group that's got our bucket that I need to get back for you guys. So next year, we can have that thing sitting out there with the guys. and that'll be Thanksgiving weekend. So there's 8 home games, 5 in a row. Now we have 2 open dates as well too, guys. We got 4 games, open date, home, 2 on the road, open date. Then we got 2 at home, 2 on the road, and back Thanksgiving weekend. So it's a great schedule. Had an excellent recruiting class. Our guys battled real hard, and we're doing it right now. There's a bunch of guys in this area, not a bunch, but there's several guys we're looking at hard right now. Talking to some coaches today, trying to got a couple teams in this area coming down for our team camp. I can't even say their names because it's quote illegal, but I'm excited that 2 quality, legitimate, historic programs of Fort Wayne will be at our team camp, and all those 9th graders and 10th graders and 11th graders, the whole team will be there at our team camp for one day. There's a couple really good prospects we're pursuing. Kenny Mullen right now from your area, from Bishop Luers, is in the mix to play a lot. He's played a lot first 2 years. He's in a very competitive DB situation, but has been a quality player, great leader for us, doing great in school. Kenny Mullen out of Luers, and we signed Isaac Griffith. That's a freshman from Homestead coming in. Talked to him today when I drove by his house on the way to the golf course, and he'll graduate and show up here June 2nd. We had guys in winter and spring, as good a winter spring as I've had in a long time. And I'm not a guy who minces it. If it's not real good, I'll say it. There was not one day in spring I said I want that practice back. And spring's hard because you're not playing a game. So after a while, you're just running into a wall and beating heads with everybody, and it gets a little blah. Our kids had a lot of energy. We had a tremendous spring practice. We had great weight coaches, gave us a great winter of lifting and running. When you see us, you'll see a bigger, stronger team. But it's year 3 of Mr. Glass's help in giving me 5 coaches in the weight room, the most you can have, hiring a nutritionist that we're eating well. Our budgets get a little gimpy because we keep feeding our guys too good, because you need to, because lifting weights don't get you stronger. You got to teach your guys how to rest and how to eat right to get strong. You got to fuel your temple. You got to fuel the body. So you're going to see a bigger, stronger team right there. We come back. I thought our winter and spring was awesome. Right now, I give the guys the month of May. If I have them on campus in summer school, they have to take a class, and I think we need a quick little break. So our guys are basically on a 4-week break. They are lifting. Our first workout, we show up June the 2nd with a team meeting. Second summer session starts June 3rd. As a coach, I can't be there. We have 8 hours of work per week that our kids do with our strength coaches. We have about 2 or 3 hours of player practices where our quarterbacks will run the team through a practice that they kind of play ball without pads and tune up their skills on their own. But that'll start June the 3rd, and we'll go for an 8-week session, take a break, come back for what I think needs to be a tremendous 2-a-day. I think it's set up to be a great one, and we got a great schedule coming for you. So, again, excited to be here. Not really exactly proud of maybe some results of what we've got. Don't sugarcoat things, but we have been rock solid on our standard and what we're doing, and we've got some young men drinking the Kool-Aid, buying what's going on, working the right way. We lose 5 seniors off of last year's team that were recruited, and we signed 24 guys coming in. So you basically got last year's team with 24 new guys, and maybe on paper, you don't win on paper, but paper a good recruiting class. So I like where we're sitting, like where we're going. But I'll say this before I wrap it up. I like what we're doing, but I can't do it without you guys, okay? And you guys kind of chuckle about the tailgate. I was over there a couple years ago when I first got here, Tim, in basketball. We were still building and struggling. It was a dogfight. But you guys were there every week. Every week. Sell our vibe. Get to the game, because with 8 home games, you can impact us more than maybe I can and our players can, because we need energy in our program. And there's always energy in everything you're doing. It's either positive or negative. I know it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. I promise you, it'll be an exciting environment. We got some great things going on with what's going on in the stadium to make your experience better. But get some people excited to get in the game, get it jacked up, get behind this team, because I think we can have a great year for you. Great to be in Fort Wayne. Look forward to spending some time on the back end. And I want to see you in B-Town a bunch starting end of August. Thanks, guys.